Yes.
Hey everybody, we're back with another video. This one's not being live streamed. We are in the 2019 Ram Rebel. Now, this Ram Rebel does have the option for the air suspension, but this is the mechanical suspension, the coil springs and everything.
And good brakes.
Oh yeah, good brakes. So we're also doing this for a friend to show him what's changed in the Rams and the Ram Rebels, and we're gonna have a little fun with it. We're gonna do maybe a little off-road driving just to show you and get out and show you how the suspension reacts versus compared to the other manufacturers, if we can do that. But we will take this thing off-road and show you how it gauges itself and where it's good to, where you think you can draw the line with your truck. Because when you buy a new truck, you don't want to break it right away because it's going to be expensive to repair, even though it's on warranty. Because you might just end up paying for something you don't want to pay for. So, as we're getting out here, we're just going to go for a little drive and have a little, and just enjoy the truck. We had our heated seats on. We had warmed up the nice steering wheel for me, and I love this top of the center infotainment unit, how it's black, and then that nice metal flake in the Ram there. I honestly just take that piece out and just have it because it just looks so good. It looks very beautiful.
I like this.
Yeah, especially with this, like this design right here. Almost looks like diamond plate. I actually like that. And then we've got ourselves the cup holders in the front. If we pull that, what is it? You push this button and you can slide this back for extra storage down in the bottom. And then if I slide it forward, it has little spots it can lock into. And the other thing that this truck has is also a CD player down here. So if you still like your CDs, well, you can still play your CDs. And then we got our USB ports, USB-C ports, and auxiliary cable. Truck does have Bluetooth.
Pretty much all trucks do that now.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we got the 12 volt, we got a 12 volt outlet up here.
Sorry.
That's okay. We got a 12 volt outlet up here. We got Alpine speakers up on the top of the dash there. So up there. And then we got this nice big hood right in front of us. So as we're driving out here, we even got the tow mirrors on this truck. But since it's just the Rebel, I don't think you'd be towing a lot of things with it. But then again, I have seen Rebels do a lot of towing. This truck has a very good. It's very, very smooth right now. We got Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack tires on it, which will help with the off-road part of it. And just as a disclaimer, we're not going to be reefing on this truck. We're going to take it nice and easy because this is a brand new truck. It is like an $80,000 truck. Pretty close to about $80,000, but we just want to gauge and show you guys how this truck behaves on this packed trail that we're going to drive down. And mind you, we're in our nice clothes, so we're not going to be mudding around here and trying to dig ourselves right to the frame. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to review a vehicle and show you guys what we like about it and what we don't like about it. So one of the other things I noticed down here is we have an axle lock. So if at any time if I do spin a little bit in two-wheel drive, I will lock the axle.
Oh, nice. First oak chip.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Hopefully not. Let's see. Oh. Seriously?
Okay, this just happened. So.
Grab the plate of that truck.
Yeah, that's a Dodge.
Damn it.
It's an HKA
509?
509, yeah. HKA 509.
we got his plate number. Yeah, when we get out to the trail there, I'm gonna stop and have a look at it. That puts a damper on our. That sucks.
Never had that actually happen.
This is actually the first time that happened. That sucks. Yeah, that's a yep. HKA 509. I hope that's not a stop ship, actually. Brakes. We'll just get out here and we can actually look at the truck while we're at it.
Just glue.
Nothing.
Just a piece of glue.
Good.
Kind of a good thing because I can't really want to explain to you. 61,000.
Wow, burning around. Our truck is a little dirty. As you can see, we got nice big lug tires that we're going to be using. Some nice good lugs on there. Tires should help. So. Hop back in.
Oh, that's a mean picture. Now I want to show you guys something else while we're at it. This truck.
We got a semi coming down the damn road.
Good for him. You're the one that's parked here.
Yeah, well, I was gonna move so that guy can get out. But
we're good to go anyway.
It says low fuel, low level. Yep, buckle up for safety.
I got another dump truck coming. He's coming like full tilt. So.
Oh, we'll wait for him. So this is a pretty simple trail. There is gravel pits out here. We just want to show you guys how this truck is going to react to everything. Oh, I even know the guy in the truck there. My buddy from McGregor.
Okay, you can go. He's giving you room.
Alright. So as we take this truck down here, let's see how it performs. It's nice and bouncy already. But this truck runs on coil spring suspension in the rear and independent front suspension on the front. So we're just gonna slowly play in it.
So far, the ride's actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it gauges it really well. It's very dampened. It knows how to take on these bumps. And I'm only doing about less than 20 kilometers an hour. So not very fast at all. Very, very slow. Yep. As we can see, we have somebody walking down here. Decided to take their dogs for a run.
It's a good place to get your dogs out and about.
Yep. So you driving slow like this, truck is... I'm in two-wheel drive, and taking this trail nicely in two-wheel drive, it really helps. When we get out to one area, we'll show you how the suspension is flexing. So as you can see, the trail is very packed down. I mean, there are areas where we could go on, but we're not going to because we don't need to. But we have a friend who has a truck exactly like this.
Just a 2018.
Yeah, just a 2018. And he doesn't even... He has the air suspension on his truck. Boris, yeah.
Boris.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to raise his air suspension at all. Stock ride height of his truck's good. I used my Silverado down here a couple times, quite a bit actually, and I don't need, and my truck barely even scrapes out here, and it's pretty low to the ground. So it goes to show you, if you drive properly, you don't need to lift your vehicle. When we get over to that big bump, we'll show how well the suspension reacts, because you'll get out there and you can show them.
No, for the most part, friggin' Boris, this was basically, we did this just for you, so hopefully you like it.
Yep. All right, here's the big bump. Now I'm going to lock the axle. So there we go.
That's the big bump.
How did that look?
Pretty good, actually.
That's good.
You want to get an up and over picture in this one?
Sure. Okay, we got a nice little bump right here.
Hold on. Let me get out.
We'll check this one out.
It's an awesome shot. A shout out to Thomas for letting us do this. A shout out to Thomas. Wow, when you stand at a hole like this, is a long way up for me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, thanks to Thomas for letting us do this. I bet you he was a little bit nervous, but we've built up a reputation that we bring the trucks back better than they were before almost, so it's not like we're gonna deliberately trash a brand new truck.
And then it gives us a chance to really prove ourselves that what we do on these trails, and other dealers can take a look at this video and say, oh yeah, well, he doesn't wreck them and treat them like garbage.
No.
We treat them with a lot more respect than anything, so.
Yeah. Well, here we go for a nice dip right here. There's a nice dip right here. It's not that bad, but it's a nice dip, because if I let the truck drop in nicely, it sure mitigates itself pretty well on the bumps. And that's a lot of new trucks. Like, this isn't just an off-road trail driving truck. This is kind of what this Rebel is meant for. Everybody was wondering if it would compete with the Raptor, and well, nobody really cares to compete with the Raptor right now. I mean, if you're looking from an off-road standpoint, the Raptor is meant to run the Baja 1000. This truck is meant to drive off-road on a trail like this and let you have your fun without letting you get stuck, and still being a normal pickup truck. So these tires are really helping a lot. It's a nice day outside, so they're gripping really well on the snow. Only a little bit of a spin back there when I was going over that first bump.
Yeah, we caught that on film.
Somebody's out for a walk or going fishing.
Yeah.
But let's have a look outside of the truck right now. We can open up the doors and show some more things if we need to. So right down here is the axle lock button, and if I just hold it, the light turns off and says rear axle unlocked. Now this is hill descent control. So if I was to go down into the one pit, I could turn this on and the truck would slowly descend into the pit. And so we've got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive high, and 4-wheel low. Now, most times you only need 4-wheel drive, just your normal 4 high. You shouldn't.
What's this north button?
That's your neutral. That's supposed to. Well, it's not really a button. It's supposed to indicate when the truck's in neutral, or the transfer case is in neutral. Because when the transfer case is in neutral, you can have your truck in park, but you'll still roll. So, yeah, trailer brake controller, your gain and your gain is right here. This is your brake controller right here.
That's to reset the trailer.
You can even squeeze this and.
Yeah, but what that's kind of for is when it's not working properly, it resets it and reprograms it with your trailer.
Yeah. You got your traction control off, you got your tow haul mode, you got your front park rear assist, and that's your rear, and this is your front over here. So that's on just in case if I was in a really tight spot. There we go. So yeah. And then you got your infotainment system right here.
It's pretty much the same as any other videos we've done.
Pretty much, just a little bit different. So that'd be for your CD, your climate. You can change dual. This has a dual climate zone in it, so that's very nice to have. Uconnect apps. You can use the backup camera. You can, make a Wi-Fi hotspot, but
the way the hotspot works is when you go and get it set up, they need the insurance number so they can put it in their Wi-Fi for you.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah. So that's how this assist and SOS would work. It's not as easy as OnStar with GM, but it does. I mean, at least they offer something like that, because then you can consider that. There's a lot of other things on here. You can go for the heated wheel or turn it off. Even though you have a button down here, I guess they give you 2. I mean, it's nice to have just in case if this stopped working for some reason. We also got a mirror dimmer that'll actually dim the mirror if it gets too bright. So we don't have to worry about that. Other controls, audio settings. You can go through your your equalizer, speed adjusted volume, surround sound, and then you can change if you want more on your left side or you want.
It's pretty much same as any other vehicle.
Pretty much, pretty close, but it's a little bit different. And then you have your navigation.
No, it's pretty much the same. It's just all touchscreen.
Yeah, but we don't have a phone connected, so we'll go back to the radio. Oh, well, that actually turns it all the way off. There we go. Yeah. Excuse me. So what else should we show you? We'll get out and show you the interior of the truck. And also back here, you for the back seat, for the centerpiece here, you also got USB cable and USB-C, as well as vents and 115.
Pretty much the same in all the newer Dodges anyway.
Yeah, just about all the same.
He keeps saying that, but they are the same. He just likes to argue about everything. Good old time.
And they also have a short bed. The Rebel is actually is a very short wheelbase, so it does make for good off-roading. Come around to the front. Got some nice stitching on the seat.
Here, move your gas pedal.
Yeah, power adjustable pedals. And then this will be your parking brake. Now I'll show you how to release it. Nope. You have to get in. When you want to release your parking brake, hold on. You wanted to To release your parking brake, press brake pedal and push switch.
There you go. I just wanted to bring that information back up.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I got it. I got it here. You want cinematic mode here.
All right. I really do like the interior of this truck. It is really nice. But now we must take the truck back.
And we're back.
Okay, so since we're back, I decided we should demonstrate hill descent control.
There's a little hill right there you can see.
So I'm going to turn on the hill descent control. Hill descent control unavailable. What do you mean? Probably because I'm driving forward. It's not. Okay. Unfortunately, hill descent control is unavailable.
Wouldn't that be when your cruise is set?
No.
I think it is. Yeah, it is.
Maybe. Let's see if we can get it to work. Oh, wait.
I think you gotta actually have your vehicle set for the cruise.
Maybe. Well, let's back up the hill here, see if we can try to get it to work before we go down it. Because I'd love to actually demonstrate how it works. So, let's go and drive.
I thought anything over 20 kilometers you can set the cruise.
I guess not. I guess it won't let us, but this is how it would hold you. It would hold you at a certain speed and just bring you down nice and gently. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't show you how it's supposed to work, which is unfortunate. Would really have liked to actually show you guys how hill descent control works. Would have been a great place to do it, actually.
Normally we go up that way, but it's so tight it'll scrape against the truck, so we're just gonna go this way.
Yeah, we're gonna get back onto the main trail here. I just figured it would be a great idea to try to show how hill descent control works. And actually, doing a little bit of off-roading with this truck, it's not doing too bad. The tires are gripping. I am in four-wheel drive, though, I will admit. And I have the rear axle locked, just so that we don't get stuck. Not that I would say that we get stuck. It's just for, cover our six.
Cover his six. I'm just the cameraman.
Oh yeah. And I mean,
I'd make that clear. Whoever's just gonna get me in trouble is I'm just the cameraman. I don't even have a valid license, so
Yeah, you can't really drive vehicles legally.
So
So here we go again. We're gonna avoid this big bump, at least with one set of wheels. Back through the nice big dip where we went through earlier. What's that thumping in the back?
I have no idea what that is actually.
I don't either.
Sounds like it's in the truck bed.
Yeah, that's weird.
But there's a pile of snow in the truck bed, so how would that make any sense?
Yeah, I don't know. Things don't make sense right now. We're just enjoying ourselves and driving this truck. Even though as a passenger, you know, Dale actually really enjoys the rides in these trucks. And I mean, you get to tell it from a passenger's point of comfort. Like, you would say, like...
Because didn't back in the day, all they were worried about is the driver's comfort, not even worried about the passenger?
Yeah, pretty much for a while.
Because a while there, I think it was, you had the dual controls for your seat, and all the guy has is a sliding seat over here.
Yeah.
Nobody really ever cared about the passenger, but then everybody started coming to the conclusion that, well, they have passengers, so what about the passengers?
Yeah.
You hear too much complaining from the wife, I guess.
Yeah.
It was time to do something about it.
Well, even though...
Other than that,
This is basically just a small trail. You can take any two-wheel drive pickup on it.
well, he's got a 4-wheel drive, but you've seen his truck in his previous videos. It's nothing fancy, so.
I mean, doing it in two-wheel drive, all you gotta do is just do it slow. And if you're going into an area where it's not really packed down, like let's say over here,
Or you're not sure of, just take it slow. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, when people make fun of you, oh, you drive like little old lady, you can turn around and say, well, I know I'm not going to break my truck.
yeah,
My truck's going to come out together, unlike your truck will come out in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what a lot of guys fail to realize, that.
they think they have to go fast to look cool, but actually going slow to look cool is even better because you don't have to fix your truck after.
Yeah, well, even that, and some of the guys could be looking at like your truck like, oh, that's a nice truck, you know. Do I want this Rebel, you know? Look at how the suspension works. Oh, that's cool.
So
This is a bit of a tossable ride, but it's not very
but it's also
tossable.
not a off-road.
harsh ride.
That's where the airbag kind of has its moments. It
would be nice and soft.
It's softer.
Yeah, it'd be softer than this. But I mean, I'd rather have the mechanical linkage because due to the fact that, let's just say you misjudged a hole and bang, you hit that. Well, you might want to figure out some payment plans to get a new airbag put on that truck. All right. This is gonna be fun to go, but let's go out on the highway and go for a little highway drive instead before we head back. All right, so we're back and we're just cruising around. We're off the highway and we're just driving down the road here.
I wonder if you can set your cruise for that consent control thing.
That's... well... no, hill descent control doesn't want to work at all.
I'll have to ask Thomas about it.
Yeah, we'll have to get a video in on how this works, and then we can tell you guys. It's unfortunate that we couldn't actually explain how hill descent control actually works.
Because I've never seen it or used it, so I don't know how it works personally. I have no idea what you're screwing with, but I really wouldn't be screwing with the parking brake.
I'm not screwing with any parking brake. Just moving the pedal back.
As you can see, we got something to eat.
Yeah, we just grabbed something quick. Just to fill our bellies a little bit.
The bank machine on wheels.
Yeah. Except you don't want to put your card in that machine. You can even see the turn signal in because of how clean it is.
Oh.
The truck's very smooth driving, that's what I've noticed. Very subtle and composed ride. Very quiet in the interior. They sure made a lot of progress in that Toyota dealership. We need to make a pit stop.
What? Why?
Give me a second. Hit pause. So, one of the things we've noticed that how this truck's driving so far is it's very smooth, well composed. I'm very comfortable in my seat. I could sit in this truck for days. It's definitely, if you are looking for a Ram and you want to do some off-roading once in a while, the Ram Rebel would actually suit your purposes because it's got a great appearance package for the interior. It's got it's really good looking on the interior, and it's got a pretty good looking exterior, and you can option in the air suspension. It's not standard for this year, or the only option. You can get it with the truck or not. So we don't have the air suspension on this truck, as I said at the beginning of the video, but it is optional. So far so good. I mean, we'll have to take a Ram with the air suspension out so that we can actually, see the difference. What's the difference between the air suspension Rebel and this one? So you'll have to stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll do that right away. Alright, off we go.
I really want to know what in the world that is.
Yeah, me too. Something that's making enough noise in the back. So, yeah, one of the other things that I like about this truck is I like the compass that's in here, the temperature gauge, and then where your screen is, because I can play with it a little bit. My fuel economy is not doing too bad. So like how it's got even the Rebel. I believe is actually in the center of the dash cluster there. I don't even know if it's lit up or not. It'd be cool to know if it is.
It'd be pretty cool if it is.
Yeah. It would be very nice to see if it was actually lit up.
I told her we're on our way.
Okay. I'll turn up on Aberdeen.
Mm-hmm. Easy now. We got the camera rolling. Don't be blowing through red lights now.
I'm not blowing through any red lights.
Oh, you're jumping the red light already.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not.
As everybody can see.
Up to the stop line.
No, you didn't. Everybody's seen that you rolled up. You're gonna jump on the freaking light. We know you're excited. Man, I like bugging you.
Try to act a little professional.
Sometimes that's just a little hard to do. I really want to know what that is. I'm not even kidding, because I keep hearing this thump, 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 and it just, it sounds like you're breaking the damn truck.
And it's not Thumper the Rabbit. That's for sure.
Meanwhile, there's a dead body in the back.
Okay, keep it G-rated there, buddy.
Oh.
Hand you over to the corrections officers here.
That's a DOT.
Yeah, I know it is. I was just gonna say DOT.
Get your facts straight. They're for truck drivers, not cars.
The DOT pulls people over. It's just more paperwork that they have to do. So that's why they never do it. Unless it's an actual major problem.
No.
Whatever. We'll talk. We're not discussing that. So another thing, the exterior features on this truck. I like how the hood has a nice bulge in it with the badges that you can basically read the badges right from here, which is nice. And here we come up to a nice big speed bump. You can watch everybody else drive over it. And here we go.